everyone, I am here today with a digital book haul for you. This is the books that I acquired in February and March of this year because I'm behind, surprise, surprise. But there aren't too many books on here really, 22, and most of them are NetGalley books. I only paid for possibly one book on here, I think. So yeah, let's get into the haul. I will start off first with the books that I got from Amazon. And the first one I got was The Diary of a Nobody by Weedon Grossmith and George Grossmith. And this is a classic Kindle book, so this actually cost me nothing. I just added it to my Kindle for free, which is really the plus side of owning a Kindle for sure. And I grabbed this because it showed up on my TBR game for me to pick up another classic, and for some reason I stumbled across this one. I can't remember how and why at this point, but I will link the video if I can work out which one it is in the cards when I can. One of the books that I did pay for is a Discworld novel, and that is Guards by Terry Pratchett, which is the 8th Discworld novel. I'm slowly collecting these as and when I can, so this had popped up at some point on the cheap that month, so I just grabbed it. Also discounted, I picked up a book that I've been desperate to read for a while, and bit annoyed that I've not yet worked it into a TBR, to be honest. And this is One of Us Is Next by Karen McManus. I have read One of Us Is Lying, which is the first book in this series, and I actually reviewed that some time ago, and I'll leave that linked in the cards and also the description down below as well, because I loved that book. So I've got high expectations for this book. And that was the last book on this haul that I had purchased. From here we move on to the free books that I received from publishers via NetGalley. So we're starting off with Little Doubt by Rachel Lynch. This is a thriller novel that came out on the 5th of March. I've read another book by this author in this series. It's a D.I. Kelly Porter series. This is book 7. I think I read book 5 possibly, I think. And I really enjoyed it, so I'm excited to get stuck more into this world. Next we have Safe by S K Barnett. This comes out on the 11th of June, and I can't remember what this is about, but from having a quick scroll, it's about a missing child and it's a thriller. Next we have Hope Close by Tina Seskis. This came out on the 24th of March, and I've read another Tina Seskis book before, which was The Honeymoon. And I actually really adored that thriller. It was very different, and so I'm excited to see what she has done with this novel, which again is a thriller, I think. Then we have Who We Were by B.M. Carroll. This comes out on the 7th of May, and I believe that this is a thriller as well. Next we have He Started It by Samantha Downing. This comes out on the 30th of April, and it's another psychological thriller. I seem to be going through quite a psychological thriller phase in the last couple of months when it came to downloading, definitely. We have The Boy from the Woods by Harlan Coben. It came out on the 19th of March. I absolutely adore Safe by Harlan Coben, as in the TV programme. And I keep kind of collecting his books with the idea of I'm probably going to love them, and just never getting around to reading them, so I hope I can start catching up on some Harlan Coben really soon. Next we have Blood of Elves by Andrzej Sapkowski, and this is part of the Witcher series. It's the next book that I need to read in the Witcher series, which I had been originally working through in audiobook format, but then when I discovered that I could get a review copy of this book on my Kindle, I was like, yes, I'll do that instead and try actually reading it as a physical book as well, or rather a digital book as well. Next we have The One Night Stand by Carissa and Lynch, and looks like a thriller. This is My Pear-Shaped Life by Carmel Harrington. This came out on the 1st of March. I've read another Carmel Harrington book, which was Derry Lane, 72 Derry Lane. I don't remember the exact title, but something about 72 Derry Lane. And this was just such an amazing book for me. It made me cry my eyes out. It caught me totally off guard. So I'm so excited to try another book by this author. and get more stuck into her work. I have been kind of accumulating her books when I can. I just need to actually sit down and read them now. But I'm in no doubt that it will be another fabulous book. Next on my list here, I've got Like Mother, Like Daughter by Elle Croft. And this is definitely another thriller. Looking at the cover, again, obsessed with thrillers. Then we have Love, Frankie by Jacqueline Wilson. This comes out on the 20th of August, and it's been a while since I've read a Jacqueline Wilson book, and I saw this and was like, oh yes, fancy a bit of new Jacqueline Wilson. Have a little read. Next we have Last Lesson by James Goodhand. This came out on the 2nd of April, and I'm sure this one was, yes, this one was the one that kind of sounded a really heart-wrenching but interesting read. So it's about a guy that makes a homemade pipe bomb and takes it to school. Then we have Gilded Cage by Camilla Lackberg, and this came out on the 2nd of April as well, and this is a psychological thriller, and this is by a Swedish author, and I've lived in Sweden, so I'll be interested to see if this is set in Sweden as well and how evident that ends up being, and will probably be quite an interesting read for me for that reason alone. After that we have got The Unadoptables by Hannah Tuck, and this comes out on the 23rd of July. This cover is absolutely stunning, and it's a children's, probably adventure kind of fantasy book. I don't remember what it's about anymore, to be honest. Next we have a book that I've started seeing around quite a bit since I got this. It's kind of become one of the books to get for this year, I think, and this is Anna K by Jenny Lee. This is a retelling of Anna Karenina and has kind of a Crazy Rich Asians kind of feel to it, I think, which is kind of the main reason why I picked it up. I'll be interested to see how I get on with this one. Then we have The Silence by Daisy Pierce. This came out on the 1st of March, and I can't remember what this one's about at all. It looks possibly thrillery. Next we have Mummy's Boy, which is by J.A. Andrews. This came out on the 1st of April, and this is definitely a thriller. Next, a book that I've been really excited for and eagerly anticipating. This is The Evolution by Giovanna Fletcher and Tom Fletcher. This is a sequel to The Eve of Man, and I'm sure this book has been delayed and delayed and delayed. So I'm so excited to finally be able to get the chance to actually give this book a go. I might need to reread the first one. I know it's only been a year, but I want it really fresh in my mind. Next we have, and indeed finally we have, Honeymoon Alone by Nicole Macaulay, and this came out on the 3rd of December. I don't know why I picked this one up. It just kind of looked a bit cute and different to anything that I've been requesting around that time, it seems. This one's kind of more of a romance kind of direction. I don't know, I think the cover's cute all the same though, and hopefully I end up enjoying this one since I did pick it up on a bit more of a whim. But this is all the books that I picked up in February and March. I will be doing a separate one of these for April very soon because I am trying to catch up. I'm excited about quite a few of these, and some of them I just can't even remember them anymore, but I was definitely excited for them when I requested them. So hopefully when they're a bit more fresh in my head and I'm actually reading them, I will love them. Let me know what you think of these down below, if there are any that you want to read, whether you've read any of them, whether the ones that you were like, oh, I didn't even know that was coming out, like, let me know. Also, let me know what you have been picking up recently, as I would love to know. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe by clicking the image of me if you want to see more book reviews and other bookish content from me, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.